We all have something to heal away. All of us have had setbacks. All of us have had to deal with difficult events in our lives, which could be about broken relationships, setbacks in our career, or health related events which have left us depleted or burdened with heavy emotions. All of these events, or all of such events, which could be something that happened in our childhood that we can't quite put a finger on, or something that has happened along the way in life, leave us feeling not free, not free to be ourselves, not free to be fully alive and authentic. So, this what prevents us from freedom is our need to show up in life as somebody we are not, as if we are adjusting to the need of the world, responding to what the world calls us to be. But it's possible to heal it away. And there is a relatively simple but very potent, powerful process of a week, that radical forgiveness process that Colin Tipping generated. It's a spiritual process, but not only spiritual. It touches your spirit, sets itself free, sets you free, because it is deeply embedded in healing that is subconscious, that's emotional in nature. It's not that you're just figuring out a new way to think, but you are indeed doing some of that as well. But it's not only that, you're actually healing the subconscious burden that our emotions carry. It's about bringing up a new context in life, which is no longer colored by what has happened in the past. It's also about several powerful psychological principles that you go through, that you confront and deal with, and you allow yourself to be transformed by, to be set free by. But essentially, a very spiritual process that gets you in touch with the most authentic side of yourself. This is what radical forgiveness is, to discover that actually there is nothing to forgive. And it sets you free because you give up resistance to what has happened. And you give up being a victim and being right about it. But this is just a small part of the entire powerful process of radical forgiveness. If you feel that you are showing up to life as if a little bit tight, not as the most truest and free version of yourselves, you show up as if trying hard to be more, better, different from who you most authentically are. That childlike innocence, that childlike simplicity is as if missing in your own experience. And that saps the very energy of life, that as if removes the possibility of being fully alive. Then see if you'd like to try out radical forgiveness. It's only a week-long process. But it needs you to be ready to be free, to be ready to confront those emotions that are tender, delicate, but buried somewhere deep within yourself. Because something very troublesome happened that troubled you, that got to you, that hurt you so deeply that it changed you. But you don't have to carry this burdened self around for all your life. It's a surprisingly powerful process. On the other end of this process, the clients who've gone through this process with me feel as if a huge burden has been lifted off their shoulders. And several of these clients didn't even know what this burden was. What was it that was keeping them as if not free to experiment with what are the new possibilities of life? What new relationships are possible? What can they do with their career? All of this, it was not visible to them because as if everything was masked, everything was covered by the events that have happened in the past. What's also very powerful about this radical forgiveness process is once you do it with me, you will be able to do it yourself again if you confront any other setback. But through this process, you will discover that it's not others who hurt you, it's you who are carrying an injury within yourself somewhere. And when there is a hurt somewhere on my body, somewhere in my being already, then anybody who brushes past it, touches it, or speaks to it it immediately causes a very painful, agonizing reaction. So, others are actually doing a small service by pointing out the injury which already is there. It's your opportunity to address that hurt within yourself so that nobody can hurt you again. It's going to the very root of the problem and resolving it. You will discover, to your surprise, I suspect, that all upsets are interconnected because they all touch a chord deep within yourself where you're already hurting. So if you begin to heal that, you begin to heal everything, all aspects of your being simultaneously. You heal all upsets simultaneously. That's how powerful this process is. Give it a shot. See if you would like to undergo this process, if you would like to experience this process, and speak to me. Let's have a conversation about radical forgiveness. And you'd be surprised that even if you feel that there's nobody at all to forgive, you feel that you have resolved it psychologically. Much time has passed, but you'll be surprised that you have put layers and layers of avoidance on top of what has happened. That injury that you carry, there is a need to address it, attend to something that's already there. Let's work on it. You'll be surprised with how much freedom lies on the other side of this experience. I shall wait for you to reach out. Thank you.